changing your taste buds. And I just wanted to come on because I started thinking about this because there's so many people out there that just say, you know, they don't like vegetables, they don't like the way they taste. You know, is there, or let me know, how do you guys feel? Do you like vegetables? Do you find it hard to just develop a taste? Or maybe if somebody puts a green drink in front of you, you're like, oh my gosh, that sounds so gross, right? You know, green, and, you know, maybe you'll eat a salad, but drinking a green drink is just like tastes really gross. Okay, Jeffrey loves them. Okay, good. Well, you might still get some value from this scope, but guys, there's so many people out there that are not getting enough fruits and vegetables. Okay, so hey, Kevin, thanks for coming in. Kevin, I think you'll like this topic. Real quick, I'm getting ready to talk about changing your taste buds and what happens, guys, with our taste buds when we're constantly eating processed foods, sugars, fried foods, and then unnatural foods. Okay, so there's a lot of unnatural foods out there, right? A lot of unnatural foods. Hey, Just Looking, thanks for coming in. A lot of unnatural foods out there. I know you know that, right? Unnatural foods, processed foods, foods that have been stripped of the nutrients, and so forth. So what happens is, as we continue to eat those things, and even as we start eating them as a child and throughout our life, our taste buds, okay, so can somebody say taste buds, become desensitized, okay, so they become kind of want to maybe eating some now, okay, well maybe it was meant to be that you jumped on this broadcast, so maybe you'll either throw throw it away, okay, because it may be worth throwing away, or you'll at least limit how much you're eating, Kevin, okay? Yeah, Jefferoni, exactly. So what happens is, especially like with fried foods, it basically just completely desensitizes the taste buds, okay, and it kind of it kills the taste buds, so to speak, all right? So it makes the taste buds not work effectively. So then, okay, they tell me it's okay, well, I don't know what it is, but you can let me know if you want to, or you can message me, guys. You can always contact me outside of here if you want to discuss things that you're not sure about putting on the live stream, okay? So, but what happens is when we eat fried food especially, it kind of destroys the taste buds. So then when we put other things in our mouth, they don't taste good. Isn't that crazy? So especially fried food, I know that that's one that really, and you can do some further research on this. I actually could do some further research on it too, to come back with even more information. But I just wanted to give you 3 simple tips. And one, guys, is to cut back or drop fried food. You really need to drop fried food if you're eating it. Every once in a while, I'm guilty, okay? I might have something that's fried, but I limit it, and it's occasionally, okay? But when you're eating that on a regular basis, and I'm not even saying doing that is good, okay? Maybe I need to quit doing that, okay? Processed food and fried food, I think you're accustomed to, yes, you become accustomed to it, and so the other stuff doesn't taste good. And that's why so many people don't want to eat fruits and vegetables, because they're so used to eating fast food, processed foods, things with added sugars and stuff like that. Limit only to broiled chicken. Excellent. Boiled chicken, a grilled chicken, poached, baked, any of that kind of stuff is going to be much better, guys, because I mean, think about it. It really does make sense, especially if you're eating that deep fried food and then we put it in our mouth and it just that does something to the taste buds where they become kind of inactive and, like I mentioned, desensitized. So tip number 1 is to get rid of fried foods out of your diet. If you're not eating that, okay, yeah, fried catfish, fried shrimp, it's easy. There's fried stuff everywhere, okay? And it's tough because what happens is we kind of crave that because that's the only thing that really tastes good, right? Because again, we destroyed the taste buds, right? So we have to work on that. Once you start changing, and kind of the whole point of this is starting to change what you're doing now, okay, so that you can start to make those taste buds become alive again. Yes, conditioning. So you're conditioning your taste buds not to work when you're eating all that unnatural food and fried foods, okay? So if we start to eliminate that, the taste buds start to come alive again, and then we will actually start to, you can actually even start to crave vegetables and fruits, okay? And I'm one who's never really liked carrots. Now I like to eat carrots. And then some other vegetables that I'm not as fond of, I put in a big salad, and that helps me to get that in, okay? So this does work, I promise, but you have to start by changing the things that you're eating. So, getting rid of fried food, dropping sugar, guys, that's another thing, okay, dropping sugar. We need to drop sugar, all right, to help, again, just, it just kills the taste buds, and when everything's coated with sugar, okay, or we have something that has a lot of sugar on it, of course it's going to taste good, okay? There's all kinds of reactions going on in the body from eating that sugar. And then when we put something bland in our mouth, like, a piece of lettuce or a cucumber or something, we're going to be like, yuck, that tastes terrible, right? So we have to really reacquire our taste for fruits and vegetables and healthy foods. Now, if you have children that are really young and they're just starting to eat, I highly recommend you do research on trying to keeping them off of sugar, and just don't get them headed down that road, because that's where it all starts. If we start eating it and introducing it into our life and into our diet and our nutrition, because your diet is what you eat, okay? If we have that in our diet, then we're going to continue to crave it all throughout our life. It's about breaking that cycle. And again, back to the topic of the taste buds, we are desensitizing the taste buds, and anything else that doesn't have sugar on it or sugar in it in some form or fashion isn't going to taste good. It's just not going to taste good because we are used to that taste in our mouth, okay? And I'm not saying that it's not good, but I promise you, if you make the changes, you actually will start to think that too much sugar doesn't taste good, okay? If I have something that's too sweet, I'm like, that is way too sweet, that is way too rich, whatever it might be. So you will start to make those changes, and I'm glad that you guys are finding this helpful. So my last tip is real simple, guys. Eat more vegetables, okay? Try to eat more vegetables, and try to eat them in the raw state if you can. Raw carrots, okay? Raw cucumber slices, raw broccoli. Maybe dip it in a little bit of hummus. Dip it in something. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming in and being here. I'm glad this is helping. So maybe dip it in, if you need to dip it in a little bit of ranch or a little bit of blue cheese, but you want to try to watch how much extra fat you're getting. But whatever you need to do to start getting some of those vegetables in. One of my favorite is the celery. Celery is so wonderful for you because it's full of fiber and full of water, okay? And I actually did a broadcast a while back on how eating celery actually helps save someone's life because of those strings that are in the celery wrapped around a tumor in the person's digestive tract. And she started having pain, and she realized from that fiber and those strings wrapping around that tumor in the digestive tract that she had a cancerous tumor, and they were able to remove it, okay? So I call celery life, okay, not life-changing, but actually can really help, life-saving, that's what I meant to say, because it can also help you lose weight, all right? Eating a lot of celery, because it actually has more water in it than calories, really. So it's a negative calorie food. All right, but back to the topic on the taste buds, guys. You can change your taste buds. And again, if you're just joining in, because of the standard American diet, okay, which is sad, standard American diet, we have lost our taste for healthy nutrition. And the more processed foods, the more fast foods that pop up, the more fried foods, the more convenient foods, okay? Yes, celery helps with hydration. The more fast foods, the more processed foods, the more sugary foods that are available on the market, and they are coming and coming and coming, and I don't see it stopping, even though the obesity epidemic is through the roof, okay, the more our taste buds are going to become accustomed to those foods and not want the healthy foods, and that is the problem. Can somebody say problem? Okay, it is a real problem. So you have to be dedicated, motivated, all right, and determined to make those changes. And I know that you can. I know that you can. All right. And thanks for sharing out. Yes, Kevin. Yes. And I appreciate you guys being here and finding this valuable and spreading the word, because again, I'm Beth Hoover. This is Good Health on the Go, Fitness and Wellness. And I know we're all busy, living a busy and fast-paced lifestyle no matter what you're doing. I don't care if you're a stay-at-home mom. Sometimes you're the busiest one, okay? Maybe you're a career professional. Maybe you're working from home. We're doing all kinds of things, and we want convenience, and that's another reason that we've kind of like really destroyed those taste buds. So I hope that you will take these tips and just even start applying them a little bit, okay? Can somebody say a little bit? Yes. Okay, we'll get started today. Exactly. And if you're not sure what you're eating, start making a journal. There's all kinds of apps on the phone. There's MyFitnessPal. You write it down on a notebook paper. You know, do something so you can kind of get a track of what you're eating. A lot of my clients use MyFitnessPal and attach that to the online training program. Okay, yes, thank you. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate you being here. So again, guys,